We're going to look at arc length and a quick introduction to radian measure. So in arc length, we learned about arcs and measuring them with angles earlier in this unit. You know that an arc is just a portion of a circle. The measure of it in terms of an angle is the same as the central angle, but we want to find the actual length of it. The length of an arc depends on the size of the circle. And it's just a portion of the circle. It's a fraction of the circle, depending on how much of the circle we're looking at. So it's actually a pretty easy formula because you know there's 360 degrees in the entire circle. So you just take whatever the arc measure is, the angle, so the measure of the arc over 360, that tells you what fraction of the circle you're looking at. And since it's length, we're looking at 2 pi r, which is the circumference. So we're just taking a fraction of the circumference. And the fraction is determined by the measure of the arc, the angle measure of the arc. So if it was a 90-degree arc, that would be 90 out of 360 degrees of the circle, or 1/4 of the circle. So you do 1/4 of the circumference. Whatever the fraction is, that's how much of the circumference the arc gets. So we can look at clocks. Specifically, we're going to look at the minute hand. It's 10 inches long. We're going to round to the nearest tenth of an inch. How far does the tip of the minute hand travel from 12 to 12:15? So minute hand at 12 o'clock is up there. And at 12:15, the minute hand would be over there. So we don't actually know angle measurements, but we can figure out how much of the circle it is, because that's 15 minutes out of 60 minutes for the whole hour. Or you could just think of it as, since it's going by the number markings here, it's 3 number markings out of the entire 12. Either way, it ends up being a quarter, 1/4 of the circle. It's either 3/12 or 15/60, whatever. So it is 1/4 of the circle when you reduce whatever fraction you take from 12 o'clock to 12:15, which means we're going to take 1/4 of the circumference, which is 2 times pi times radius. 2 times pi times the radius is 10. So you multiply that out, 1/4 times 2 times 3.14 times 10, you get 15.7. inches. The minute hand is 6 inches long. How far does the tip of the minute hand travel as it goes from 12 o'clock to 12:30? So from 12 o'clock to 12:30, that's a half a circle. So we want half the circumference. And the circumference is 2 times pi times the radius multiply that out, you get 18.84. Pretty much the same idea here. This time it's an 8-inch minute hand from 12 o'clock to 12:45. So from 12 o'clock to 12:45, that goes 3/4 of the way around. Or you could say 45 over 60 if you just want to think of it in minutes. But either way, 45 over 60 or 3/4, they were reduced to be the same thing. It doesn't matter which one you take. So do 3/4 of the circumference. So 3/4 times 2 times pi times radius. Multiply that out, you get 37.68 inches.